Hey guys, this is going to be a review of the Rimac Moby 1060 rock crusher on tracks. This model is made by Ross Agritech in 1/50th scale, and it isn't exactly a popular model, but I think it should be. It's one of the most detailed models and best models in my mind that I have for the price, which is $90. And other crushers out there which have the same detail as this one cost $300 or $400. This is just an amazing model. It's different and a unique piece to any collection. So gonna get started. We're gonna work from the bottom up. Got real nice tracks on it, and they actually really resemble the 330 tracks in my mind. A little bit narrow, obviously a little skinnier, but they do resemble 330 tracks. Also, real good track tensioner. You can see if you ever had to take them off for anything. And the tracks are just the same on the other side. This would be the feeding area where you'd feed it. And when it's while it's in use, that'll be tipped up just like that, or not tipped up, but that'll be sitting up like that, so it lines up with the crushers. You can see inside the rocks would vibrate down here, and the small stuff that fits through here would fall through, and the bigger stuff that needs to be crushed comes to here and goes down into the crusher, which those two pieces just hit like that real fast and crush the rocks and fall through to the bottom. You can also see the Rimac logo right there. So under here, because this is the vibrating piece, you can see these would be rubber buffers just to keep it from vibrating the crap out of the rest of the machine. And here's three more right here, and then the one right there. So the real small stuff that falls through will fall through to here, and you can see, let me just grab a pointer tool, and you can see underneath there they'd all fall through and come out this conveyor depending on which way you had this sitting. So if you had that divider sitting that way, it'd all fall through, come out this conveyor, and you'd have a fines pile of fine material here. Or if you tip it that way, then it'll fall through and just go up the conveyor belt with the rest of the material. So that conveyor belt will tilt up on that cylinder down there, and it is functional. So you can see the stairs leading up here with some anti-slip texture on them, just some diamond plating. Working our way this way. There's where the motor would be. You can see the motor under here. Very detailed. It just looks like a plastic cast, but it still comes out pretty good from what we can see. Radiator. Something that's interesting, as you can see under there, is it's run off this lift piece comes off two hydraulic cylinders. Is how it's powered, which is interesting. Also, this piece right here is etched all the way through, but it is plastic, but that doesn't really detract from it too much. You can't tell when you look at it. So you can see nice small hinges, so it doesn't take away at all. Exhaust stack right here, and then two lights to show whether the crusher is running or not. And you can see here, this would be on the other side. This is where your belt runs, which runs the crushers back and forth. That's where it's housed in there. So coming over here, just a ton of warning labels that really add to the model and make it look quite nice, I think. Like I said, just add to it a lot. Hydraulic lines. Over here, this is your conveyor belt where you would have all the crushed material coming out of. So that's what it looks like all folded up. And then off those cylinders, power it that way. And then there's another set underneath. So also then there you've got these long cylinders here, which extend it without breaking it. Just like that. That's full extension. So basically that's what the model looks like when it's running, with the this setup, with the table set up and the belt extended, and that belt is functional. It's just tough to do. It's a thin rubber. And you can see the hydraulic lines that are long enough to extend it. It's a little tricky. There you go. But once you get it in, this I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's like another conveyor belt, and it does work, but I'm just not really sure what that'd be used for. But anyways, in transport mode, this is what it looks like, just so it sits a little bit lower, all folded up. And I'm going to show you that it does fit on a 150 scale trailer in just a sec. This truck is the Kenworth T800W from Sword with the 4-axle Rogers flip. So obviously it depends on where you are in the country, or which country you're in for that matter, how many axles are needed, just because of weight distribution. But where I live, this is probably how you'd see it running down the road, depending on if they've changed the law yet or not. But anyways, you'd see it running down the road like that, and it actually looks like a real nice load on this truck. Probably leave it like that and pose it, but other than that, really nice model. I like it a lot. For $90, this is probably the best model you're gonna get. Tons of detail. Obviously it's a crusher, so there won't be that much functionality, but it makes up for it in the detail. I don't know what else to say. I just like it. Comes out really nice. Lots of warning labels all the way around it, as you can see. As you can imagine, I wouldn't want to get my hand caught in this thing. But anyways, that's a review of the Rimac Moby 1060 rock crusher on tracks. So thanks a lot, guys, and have a good one.